Hi there, my name is Kathleen Selmans. I am the CEO of Amplified Now, a video-first content marketing agency that helps speakers and influencers make the most out of their content. And today I want to talk about something that this was one of those shower thoughts, deep thoughts that I had thought about for a really long time late at night when I couldn't go to sleep. The fact that there's all this content and all these different social media networks, all of them, there's so much great content. I remember meeting someone who has 1 billion followers on Instagram, and she doesn't have her own content anywhere. It all lives on Instagram. There's another person who I know writes the most in-depth Twitter threads, but I don't know if that content exists anywhere else. And I get it. It's of the moment. A lot of it is like, today, XYZ happened. But I think you would do yourself a favor, especially as a speaker, especially as an influencer, to create content and then put it on a platform. And what I mean by that is be platform agnostic. When you're creating a piece of content, when you're creating a video, you create that piece of content, you map it out, you tell your story, you go through your main points, you hit your call to action, and then you stop recording and you've got it in a raw format that can then go to a whole bunch of different places. And it's totally different. And I don't know if you lose anything by doing it that way, where you say, okay, I'm going to create this piece of content, and then I'm going to make sure it gets repurposed and turned into content for all the other platforms that it needs to go on. And for some reason, I see a lot of people saying, okay, here's what I'm going to do for Instagram. Here's what I'm going to do for TikTok. Here's what I'm going to do for Twitter. Here's what I'm going to do for Facebook. And then you don't have any time to do any of the other things that are work for you. You don't have time to reach out to clients. You don't have time to apply for speaking gigs. You don't have time to do anything. And so if you think of yourself as a creator, which I'm sure you do, then what you need to do is think of yourself as building assets and putting them on something that you own, so that if Twitter decides to ban you for some reason, if Instagram's shadow bans you, if somehow you decide to leave Facebook, you haven't lost anything, because what you did was you left your content intact on your blog and just cut it up for the various platforms. I feel like you're going to get so much farther and do a lot less work. You're going to let that video do the work for you instead of creating this thing and then saying it differently or saying it faster or doing something a different way that doesn't actually translate into any more, whatever metric you use, views, downloads, any more engagement, any more people reaching out to you. So if you can do 5 hours of work in 10 minutes, would you? And that's why I think that you should very much consider creating content that is platform agnostic and creating it in such a way that what you're doing is you have something super high quality that you can pass off to somebody else. Me, maybe, for example. We have this whole process of how we take content from somebody's camera. So we put it in Dropbox and then we turn it into all the different aspect ratios and we give it back to you so that you can put it where it needs to go. If you want to watch that course, if you want to take that course, go through that course, head over to amplifiednow.com/course. It's a free course. You just have to enter your name and email address and you can get started right away. I hope to see you over there. Thanks.